Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Just here with a little bit of a chit chat and a project share. Just some little things I've been working on in the last 24 hours or so. Which isn't a lot, but a little tiny bit. I've got some VRs that I have done and that I will be putting up tomorrow. But I thought I'd just have a chit chat and that first and keep the VRs for tomorrow. Just want to remind you, I have got my challenge going at the moment too, which is the snippet challenge. It's for both paper and lacy other crafters. You can go back and watch the video, which is actually linked to one I filmed earlier today, which was entry number 1 from Sue Freeman, to see how you can become involved. I've also left my email address on entry number 1 video, so that if you need my postal address, you can email me and I will send it to you. So yeah, all that's out of the way now. So yeah, I might show you before we have a chit chat. I might show you what I've been doing. Not much, as I said, very little, but I'm proud. I'm actually really pleased with how this turned out. I'm getting so much better at making these tags. This is a tag that I've made. On the side here it says, because birthdays are all about the cake. And then if you look, we've got the big cake in the middle and the little cakes around with the banner. As you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, I do like fussy cutting and colouring in. So of course that's what I did. Stamps and fussy cut and coloured in and all that good stuff. So I am really, really happy with how that tag came out. I've just got to find the right colours and the right fibres and stuff to put the duvalicky on the top. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. And then Annette James, who is, I'm pretty sure here on YouTube is Nettie Boyce, but she's the owner of Luscious Laces. She put up a video yesterday of how to do folded paper butterflies. And so I got busy and made some. Aren't they just so adorably cute? They're just out of pieces of 3x3 cardstock or paper, you know. These ones are the thicker papers. These are actually the Kaiser craft papers. And then this one, which I haven't stuck the duvalickies on, you know, the antennas. I haven't stuck the antennas on this one yet, but this is out of the reject shop papers, and it's a lot softer, not as bendable, more flexible, I guess. These are more sturdy. So it depends on, I guess, what you're going for, what look you want, yeah, what the project is as to what thickness paper you'd use. But I use this one because I love that rose print. And I thought it would make beautiful butterflies, which it has. So that's it. That's the extent of what I've been working on. Yep. I know, not a lot, but there were more butterflies. I just don't know where they've gone. They've fluttered off the table and probably are on the floor somewhere. So yeah, I did do more of the butterflies than those 3. I think I did probably, I don't know, 10, 15 of them, but experimented with different ways, things, hows, cuts on the wings, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I don't know where they are. They've flown off somewhere. Not a lot's been happening, but today I sort of, sorry, not today. I've got a massive pimple. This week, I've been really thinking about it, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but I'm getting sick and tired of people making excuses for their actions or for the actions of others. I think in today's society, so many people do it. So many people have excuses for why a person behaves the way they do, for why they do what they do, and they excuse it. They let it go because it's easier, or I guess it's easier, or you don't have to really look at the person as, I know what I'm trying to say, that you don't have to actually see the person for who they really truly are and the trouble that they're causing. And then in the same token, is people making excuses for others, people themselves make excuses for their own behaviours, and it drives me nuts. Isn't it time that people grew up and just said, yeah, I did it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it, or I shouldn't have said it, or I could have handled it differently. I apologize, or, that sort of stuff. It got to me this week. It really got to me. And that was when I was having a friend with a coffee with a friend, and she was telling me stuff and that, but she was making excuses for what these people had done and said and how they treated her. And I'm fed up with it. And I told her, I said, you've got to stop making excuses for the bad behaviours. You've got to stop making excuses for these people. You are a person too. And I think it's because I did it for many, many years. I did it for my ex. I'd make excuses for his behaviours. I'd make excuses, for him not coming home or whatever. I'd have excuses. And I think it was just to convince myself in like a lot of the time that it wasn't as bad as what I knew it was. And I guess that's why now I don't make excuses. I got a phone call from Corey's distance ed school. He's not really submitted any work this year. In the past, I would make excuses. I explained to them what's been going on in the last few months, because it has been a rough few months. And I know how I feel about it all. And I can't imagine how they feel, because it's their dad. It's their dad. And if it was my dad, I'd be devastated. But in saying that, I said to the teacher, in saying that, it's still not an excuse. In life, we still have to deal with what we have to deal with, no matter what's going on around us. And I mean, I know at times I sit here and I can't cope. I don't do all of the daily tasks that I need to do, but I still manage to do some. My kids Jarrett goes to school every day. And throughout all of these 3.5 years, at the beginning there were days where he missed because I just was so depressed. My depression was so bad. And I wasn't functioning for the first few months. I didn't function. So there was days here and there that he didn't go to school back then. But now, no matter how I feel, no matter how much sleep I've had, I get up and I make sure he is at school every day. And I'm doing what I have to do. Yes, there's days where I don't do what I should do, but I always do the have tos. I don't make excuses for myself. I might say, oh, I haven't done it because of my depression. Well, the next day, I push myself to do that one little extra thing, because I can't let depression beat me. I cannot let my mental health and what's going on around me beat me and make me not be who I am. I don't know what's happened to me this week, but there's been a lot going on in my head. That is number one. And number two was today this morning I got up. I don't know when I decided it. It was obviously been playing, and I know it has been playing in my head all week, or for a few weeks. But today I decided that I have to start creating a life that I want. And I'm not saying I'm going to be rosy. Look, if you know about mental health, mental illness, all that, words are very easy flowing. Action is harder. But taking the step every day to create a better future, or not a better future, a future that you want, rather than just going with the flow and plodding along and nothing ever changes. you strive. And for someone like myself who suffers mental illness, one accomplishment a day or every couple of days in the sense of things that I need to do to get where I want to be is great. This tag, to a lot of you, is probably not a lot of work. Yeah, it took about 3 hours to complete. By the time you stamp, colour, fussy cut, and work out where you want to stick things, it does take time. To me, last night when I went to bed, I felt like I'd achieved something. But my goal for the weekend is to create an album to sell. I need to start creating some things to sell, create not just for challenges and that, because that it might, if someone buys my work, it might make me feel like, yes, my work is valuable, yes, my work is good, but it also will be, I have achieved something. Sorry, anything that, when you work at something, like whether you make something, whether you go to work, whether you do this or you earn it, when you earn it, things feel, it's so much more rewarding than being given handouts. Now, in saying that, I've never been, apart from my mum and dad, no one has ever given me a handout. I've never asked for a handout. I wouldn't even know where to turn to get support. Financial, or not financial, but, if I need something, I don't know where to go. And to tell you the truth, I don't need to. I need to not be looking for the handouts, not be looking for the help. I need to be getting off my bottom and working to making something to show my children that if you work hard, the situation you're in now I will never be in this situation again. I am studying at the end of the month so that I know it's going to take me 3 years because it's a uni degree, but in the long run, I am going to have a career and I am going to be where I want to be. Yes, I'm starting 20 odd years later than what I should have, but I've still got 30 years I can work. I'm not going to sit around on my backside for 30 years and just take government handout. I want to achieve. I want things in life. And yes, I am 42. 42? I'm old. I'll admit it, I'm old. But that doesn't mean I can't achieve what I wanted to achieve when I was in my 20s. As you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, my chit-chats for a while, I was with my ex from the time I was 16 till the time I was 38. Yeah, a lot of years. Or nearly 39. So a lot of years. And I do feel like they were wasted years in a sense, because I did for him and built what I thought was our business. But he left and he took his business with him and has left me basically struggling. So I'm trying to teach my kids, don't just rely on one income either. Like, don't just rely, if you've got a business, don't just rely on doing that if you're with a partner. Don't have something else as well, because you never know. I was working on building my life, my career, or lack of career, but my life, and the way that I scheduled everything, the way everything I did was around the fact that I was with my ex and we were married and we were had plans for the future and all this stuff, and you never know when it's going to fall through. And I didn't have a backup plan. That is where I kicked myself. I should have had a backup plan. I should have had money put aside for me, like I know he probably did for him. But everything I got, every cent that I got, when I worked and stuff, it went to us. It went to the partnership. It went to increasing what we had together, making our lives at the time better. And I basically wasted all that time. And I'm not doing it anymore. Today was day one of the new future for me. I'm not going to say I'm upbeat and positive. I haven't been upbeat and positive all week. I've had my ups and downs, as we all do. I think sometimes I struggle a lot because I'm isolated, but then when I'm like I've been this week, I don't want to let anyone in. So it's that catch 22. You want to be with people, you want to be talking and stuff, but you want to be on your own. And that is so common with mental health. You want people around and that, and then all then all of a sudden you think, oh no, shit. Excuse the swearing if you think that's a swear word. But you do. You think, oh no, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to talk to people. I just want to sit and meditate. That's what I'm going to be working on in the next 6 months or so, is learning to overcome the need for solitude. And I think that might also stem, I don't know if that's just from mental health or from the fact I've now gotten used to being on my own basically 24/7. But I do know when I'm not feeling great, when my thoughts and my mind aren't in a great place, I do try and avoid people because I don't want to bring them down. I don't know if you notice or noticed this past few weeks, I haven't been doing a lot of chit-chats because I haven't wanted to end up in tears. And having all you guys think that that's all I do is cry and be miserable, because it's not. It's not how I am. It's not all day, every day. It's sometimes. And I think my videos started to be a bit like all the time, because when I feel like that, I don't want to be around people, but I need to talk. So what I was doing was getting on, doing videos, because I can talk to the video. There's no one going to come in and say but or I can just talk, get everything that's in my head out. And then you guys always leave fantastic comments, feedback, whatever. And I feel better. I've released what's in my head. I've had comments that show me that I'm not alone, because as we've talked about, mental health is something that you do feel very isolated and alone in your own head, because it is hard to explain what's going on in your head, but and putting it in words sometimes is really, really hard. But not only that, you don't want to spread your depression around other people. So you keep it to yourself, or you do what I do, make vlogs. But yeah, so I just thought, I'm sick of excuses, and I know I make them. We all do make them for ourselves or whatever. But when it's continual and the behavior of the person is continual, and you are continually making the same excuses for the same behaviors, or you're finding new excuses for the same behaviors, that's got to stop. You've got to own up. You've got to say, I need more. I am worth more than what he's doing to me or what she's doing to me. I'm worth more than that. And I'm not going to put up with them doing it anymore. And I'm not going to excuse their behaviours. I'm going to either walk away or confront them about the behaviour. So that's my key thing that's been this week. And the fact that with stuff that's been going on in my total private life, because you guys know a lot about it, but there's still a level of total private that I don't talk about on here. A couple of you that I talk to and have conversations with off YouTube and stuff know a bit more about what's been going on and bit more about my personal life will understand why I've made this decision that I have to really step up and take control and stop saying I'm a gunner. I am going to do this album. I was waiting for the delivery of my craft online haul for this particular album. I am waiting for Blitzy to come for another 2 albums, one of which will be the prize for my challenge, the paper. If you choose the paper album prize, I've got to start the lace book. So I have to move. I have to stop procrastinating. I am the biggest procrastinator. I've been going to do actual craft now for probably about 5 hours. Or stop. Let's just be honest, all day. I made 2 butterflies today. It was Friday is one of those days where I drop Jared at school, I get home, Corey's at school when I get back. So I actually sat and had a relaxed breakfast and caught up on news and reading and stuff. But then Corey comes home, I had to make the phone call to his distance ed school. And by then, I had to go pick Jared up. Jared came home. Then he wanted to go straight down to my mum's after he packed his bag and got changed. So that's what we did. So by the time I got home, to stay home, to craft, it was probably about 3:30. And by then I'd already was tired when I got up. Really, to be honest, I was tired when I got up. I only probably had about 4 hours sleep last night, 5 hours maximum. But coming off a couple of nights of 2.5, 3 hours sleep, I needed sleep. So when I got home, I sat down and I thought, I'll play my game for a bit. And I don't remember anything else. That was probably about 4 o'clock. And I didn't wake up till nearly 7. And then Corey was in bed, asleep. Apparently he told me I had to wake him up at 6. But hey, I wasn't awake at 6 and I didn't remember him saying that. So then we had dinner. We've only just eaten. And now it's time to craft. Because I thought, I could start while I'm cooking dinner, which was only pasta. We just had pasta with some salt and butter on it. I could craft while I'm doing that. And then I thought, no, because then I'll eat and then I'll get, I don't want to get anything dirt or crud or anything on anything. So I waited. Did a couple of videos when Corey was still asleep before, like my first entry to my challenge and my haul. And now I'm going to craft. And I know it's nearly 11 o'clock at night, but I'm not that tired. I mean, I probably could go to sleep, but yeah. Eyes are a bit heavy, but I need to do something. I need to stop procrastinating, really. Like my washing, it's all folded over there on the other couch. I just need to put it away and kick the cat off it because she's asleep on top of the washing. Because it's all cold here. It's really cold here at the moment. Well, when I say really cold, look, guys, I know some of you in the US and that, you get snow and it gets freezing over there. But for us here, it is cold. It is about, I think today's temperature was like 14 degrees Celsius. And it has been for the last 3 or 4 days. And nights have been getting really chilly, like 5 or 6 degrees at the hottest. And yeah, it's cold. It is icy cold. And the pussycat doesn't like the icy cold. Or either that, because she's getting really smoochy. Either that or it's her age. Maybe she's growing up and maturing and liking cuddles now. Ruby's been really smoochy. Very smoochy. Wanting to get as close to me as she can. So it is cold. And she's not happy because I haven't lit the fire for her for the last 2 nights. But I have limited wood. My dad does give me some, but he has his fire every weekend going all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So I don't really want to take a lot off him. So I guess I'm just going to have to put it into the budget to buy some. Because, yeah, it is cold. And when I go outside for a smoke, it's freezing. So I light the fire so I'm nice and warm. And it also takes the chill off the air for the dog. I actually lit it the other night just for Ruby. So, yeah. Not much else going on. Yeah, not. Yeah, we do have. I think everyone just has their everyday life, and at the moment, that's probably all that's going on. Apart from those two things that I've reconciled in my head this week, and Corey not doing schoolwork for distance ed, but I've got to crack down on that. And then, yeah, at the end, as I said, it's not 2 weeks away, it's only a week away. Monday week, I start uni online. So, yeah, it's online, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. But I need to get all my house clean and it's sparkly before then. I need to get going and get some projects happening and sort myself out, which is why I'm glad I found the planner so that I can organise my time so that I can fit everything I need to, not just need to, want to do in. So, yeah, I think I might go. If this has been half an hour, my cup of tea's gone cold, and it actually is tea tonight. It's not too bad, but a nice hot tea would be nice. I don't know. I switch up for coffee, tea, Milo. I've been really all over the shop lately. Like, this is a tea now. When this is finished, am I going to go for another tea or a coffee? Probably a coffee because I want to stay alert. I thought I might just have a tea with dinner. So, yeah. And, oh, that was the other thing. I'd like to apologise if my chit-chat the other night was a bit chip-choppy all over the place. I was so tired. I don't even... Pardon me. I really don't even remember what I was talking about. I finished filming, I uploaded it, and then I thought, what did I talk about? And I really couldn't tell you. I know I talked about finances. Just to let you guys know, if you're struggling financially, don't feel like you're alone. We all do it. All of us. I know I talked about finances and shopping and I don't know what else I talked about, but I hope it made sense. Yeah. And I hope tonight's is a bit better. Really, I do. I actually do remember slightly what I talked about tonight. But when you talk for 27 minutes, like we're up to 27, when you talk for this long, and I did start this twice before this one because Kat's kids coughs and I had a coughing fit, not just a cough. Sometimes I have to start again because I'll swear or the dog will bark or the cat will walk across the screen or whatever. So sometimes I might have mentioned something when I've started earlier and I've not mentioned it here and then I think I have and I haven't, or I've thought it was in a last one but it's been in the beginning of this one and then so I repeat myself. So guys, when I'm all over the shop, understand it's because life's getting around me. And sometimes I've start these videos, I can start them sometimes 5-10 times, depending on how many times the kids walk to the door and start speaking to me, even though they know I'm doing a video. They'll come and they'll stand there and they'll stare at me, or they'll go to the kitchen and they'll drop something, and I just think, no, I'm going to start again. You've lost my train of thought, boys. So, yeah. Anyway, I just managed to ramble on more when I said I wasn't going to ramble on more, and we all know that I ramble. And I'm going to say my words, and I truly do mean them. I hope you're healthy, happy, and having fun, and I will catch you soon. Bye for now.